Hello, how are you doing? Barnabas here. Hope you're doing well. Today I would like to talk about coming to Australia for engineers. Before I do that, please note that I'm not a registered immigration agent. I'm not a recruitment agent. Neither am I an education agent. So if you need help with those areas, please seek a registered immigration agent or a recruitment agent or a proper education agent. Let's jump straight into this. If you can go to the official Australian immigration website or Home Affairs website, you will find out that the department has put lots of engineering skills in the skills shortage list. That means that they require those skills to fill in the shortage that Australia has. And it cuts across all areas of engineering, from aeronautical, agricultural engineering, aircraft maintenance, structural, mechanical, biomedical, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and so on. There are lots of skills that have been put in the skills shortage list. And for today's video, I would like to pick on one that I thought had the least requirement, and that is civil engineering technician, code number 312212. I'd like to go through this, and if you want to listen keenly, look at the requirements. Now, if you search civil engineering technician in the skill shortage list, you will see the first page will show you a list of visa groups that you can actually qualify for when you get assessed for this skill. And there are lots of them. There are about 11 visa groups from 186, 189, 190, visa 407, 485, 489, 482, and so on. But just looking at this, I wouldn't worry too much on the kind of visa to come on until I get assessed. So if you can click that code 312212, you will find out the requirements for this skill. All right, you will see that a minimum requirement is an undergraduate or an associate degree, and you need to also have a work experience. All right. But if you want to get assessed on this skill, then you have to contact Vet Assess. That is the assessing authority for this skill. All right. So if you jump into the website of Vet Assess, you can actually see the requirements for this particular skill, and they will give you more details. They actually insist that you confirm that you qualify before you submit your application. Because once you submit your application and you pay the assessment fees, you won't get a refund, even if you get a negative result. So therefore, it's advisable that you read the requirements and you only apply if you meet those requirements. Generally speaking, for you to qualify for skilled work visa, you need 4 things. Number 1, the academic qualification. The academic qualification has to be the level that is required in that skill. If they have said it's a minimum of an undergraduate degree, then it has to be so. You cannot submit a diploma and qualify. All right? But if you have a higher qualification, the better for you. Remember, you score points in your academic qualifications too. So the higher the qualification, the higher the academic qualification you have, the better for you. The second thing that you require is relevant work experience. It has to be relevant for the skill. For example, you cannot submit an experience for administration work if you're being assessed for teaching. Or you cannot submit an experience where you worked as an auditor when you're being assessed as an accountant. So it has to be relevant to the skill that you're being assessed on. Also, remember, it has to be after your graduation. All the work experience has to be after your graduation, because if you submit any work experience before your graduation, that work experience is deemed as unskilled because it was before you graduated, before you acquired the skills. So it has to be after your graduation. And also remember, the more years of work experience you have, the better for you, because you score points on the number of years of relevant work experience. The third thing that you will need is English test. Okay, in my experience, majority of them will require minimum of 7 points in every band if you're doing IELTS. But there are some skills that will require higher points or higher scores. For example, teachers will require 8 in speaking and listening. I mentioned that in the video that I did for teachers. Before you sit IELTS, therefore, you need to prepare very well, and you also need to know the points that you require to score. And lastly, if you want a permanent resident visa, if you like to come and settle permanently in Australia, then your age has to be 45 years or below at the time you're applying for the visa. So you need to understand that way in advance so that you don't start this expensive process and you know very well that by the time you're applying for the visa, you're probably above 45. But I know many of you are asking, what can I do if I have the academic qualification, but I don't have relevant work experience? I know many of you are asking these questions. Number one, and I think this is the most difficult one, is wait until you get some work experience. And if you're still eligible, if you still qualify, you can apply for skill assessment. Number two, which is equally difficult, is if you can look for some funds, come on a student visa, do your master's, and then by the time you graduate, if you're still 35 years or below, then apply for a graduate visa, get some work experience in that line, and then you can apply and transition to a more permanent visa if that is your plan. All right, I hope that information was helpful. If you need any clarification, please let me know in the comment section below. Right, that's all I had for you today. Till next time, my name is Barnabas, the son of encouragement. Bye-bye and God bless you.